And we're back to learning Gimp in a year, day 45. Let me show you how I can deal with more complex selections and backgrounds. It's usually caused by hair, especially here we have these single strand of hairs. And if we use color to alpha like I've shown in the last video, we can try to sample the background color here and then use two sliders for threshold. It would be a good idea for me to turn off the visibility of the original so that we can actually see it. We can get a decent result, but you can see especially at the top left, we're going to lose these single hairs. You can try a different method. It's a little bit more complex, so not really a beginner thing, but I wanted to cover it anyway so we can move on from this topic after this video. Just follow me step by step and pause the video here and there if necessary. So the original is copied, we are on the copy, and then I use colors desaturate and simply confirm we are okay. This ensures that we have a black and white image now. Now go to colors and use curves. And here you want to create an extreme S curve. So this one you drag down on the left. This makes the black areas blacker. And the one on top you're going to drag higher. This makes the white areas wider. Don't go too far on each side. As I've said, we want to have this S curve. Afterwards you can use colors and levels and then reposition these start and end points a little bit, and even the midtones, so there is a triangle in center that you can try, but in this case I'm actually fine and I always watch out for the hair. What we've done now is we have made the black parts blacker and the white parts wider, and everything that we want to keep is now black. To proceed, we copy the original again and we give it a layer mask, fully white. Make that visible again, and now we want to add what we've done here to our layer mask. But as I've already said, the black parts, this is actually what we want. And on a layer mask, it's always the white parts that we're going to keep. So we have to first invert this. So we don't invert the layer mask or anything, we invert the image where we performed all of these operations on. It's fairly easy to do under colors and invert. And afterwards, you can press Ctrl C to copy it, switch to the layer mask. So left click on it in the layers menu and then press Ctrl V. And it's going to paste it now onto the layer mask. At first it's just a floating channel, but you can click on this anchor icon right here and then it's added. Let me add a background. So empty layer, transparent, and let me make that red. I wanted to use the color wheel in my tutorials. Bucket filter is active. I left click here on the background. And you can see we were able to keep a couple of these hairs. Still not perfect. We definitely have lost something on the body, on the face. So we have to switch back to the layer mask, make white or foreground color, use the paintbrush, and then we paint on it. But that's easy to do. We don't have to watch out for the borders here, as the hair is our border. And therefore, that's a thing of 10 seconds. Little bit of work we might have on the edges depending on the background. Here at the top it's totally fine, but at the bottom left I think we have to do a little bit of work. You can see that there's a little bit of a grayish fragment, so I make black my foreground color and then I go over the edges. If you've painted over too much, just press X to flip the colors and then you can correct that. I'll press Ctrl Shift and J to fit the image size, and it's not a bad result. But when you can't get it done, so you have an image that simply doesn't work, I would recommend trying out this option right here. It's called remove.bg. Mine is set to German, but it's 100% automatic and free. That's what it says right here in German. You just drag and drop the image, and then it gives you a cutout. It's not going to be perfect either, but in many cases, this is not a bad result. As I've said, it's free. When you download it, you can download basically a preview for free if you are not signed in. But when you're signed in, you can even get the original resolution back. So there's going to be a bigger image then, and it's still going to be free, at least for now. And it has been free, I believe, for more than 2 years now. So remove.bg, I'm going to link to it in the video description. That's a nice tool to try if you really can't get it done in Gimp, or it's simply too much work. So just as an alternative. As I've said, in the next video, we're going to move on from selections. But if there are still open questions, let me know in the comment section below. I might have forgotten something that I need to add here to this Gimp playlist. Hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.